Far from the warmth of the sun, beyond the bright rings of Saturn, a moon drifts through darkness wrapped in an atmosphere so thick it conceals its surface completely. Titan does not reveal itself easily. Its skies scatter sunlight, blur detail, and preserve a world that has remained hidden for billions of years. From Earth, Titan once appeared as nothing more than a hazy orange sphere. Telescopes could measure its size and orbit, but nothing beneath the clouds could be seen. No mountains, no oceans, no continents, only questions. Scientists suspected Titan was different, not because of what they could observe, but because of what it concealed. No other moon in the solar system possessed such a dense, chemically rich atmosphere so far from the sun. Titan was not simply obscured. It was protected. When NASA finally reached Titan, it did not uncover a frozen relic. It uncovered a world still unfolding. Titan challenges the very definition of a moon. Larger than the planet Mercury, it possesses gravity strong enough to hold an atmosphere thicker than Earth's. This alone makes it unique. That atmosphere is dominated by nitrogen, the same gas that fills Earth's skies, mixed with methane and a complex assortment of hydrocarbons. Clouds form, winds circulate, seasons change slowly over years. Titan does not behave like a satellite. It behaves like a planet that never fully became one. In Titan, scientists found a world that occupies a category of its own, neither moon nor planet, but something in between. The Cassini spacecraft did not solve Titan quickly. It studied the moon patiently, returning again and again over more than a decade. Radar systems pierced the haze, revealing landscapes invisible to ordinary cameras. Infrared sensors measured surface temperatures and atmospheric composition. Gravity readings hinted at hidden layers beneath the ice. With every flyby, Titan became clearer. Dune fields stretched across the equator, sculpted by steady winds. Mountain ranges of frozen water rose like stone. Dark, mirror-smooth regions appeared near the poles. These were not shadows. They were liquids. Titan was active, reshaped by forces still at work. In January 2005, humanity entered Titan's atmosphere for the first time. The Huygens probe separated from Cassini and began a slow descent through layers of orange haze. For more than 2 hours, it drifted downward, carried sideways by winds, passing through clouds rich in methane and organic particles. Sunlight dimmed gradually. Pressure increased. Temperatures dropped. Instruments recorded an atmosphere deeper and more complex than anyone had predicted. This was not a thin veil surrounding a dead world. This was a living sky. When Huygens touched the ground, it did not crash. It settled gently onto a surface shaped by erosion. Images showed rounded stones scattered across the landscape, smoothed by flowing liquid. Channels cut through the terrain, branching and merging in patterns unmistakably shaped by rainfall. The ground appeared compacted and darkened, as if soaked in the past. These were not random formations. They were evidence of weather. Titan had rain. Titan had rivers. Titan had a history written in flow. On Titan, methane plays the role water plays on Earth. At temperatures near -180 degrees Celsius, methane flows freely, evaporating, condensing, raining, and carving the surface. River networks stretch hundreds of kilometers across the moon. Some carve deep valleys. Others meander toward polar basins. Their shapes mirror Earth's rivers with unsettling precision. Only their chemistry is different. Titan demonstrates a fundamental truth. Landscapes are not shaped by water alone, but by physics. Wherever liquids move under gravity, worlds take familiar forms. Near Titan's poles lie vast seas of liquid methane and ethane. Krakenmeer, Ligeameer, Hungameer. These are not shallow pools. Some are deeper than Earth's Great Lakes. Their surfaces ripple with wind-driven waves. Their shorelines shift with the seasons. Storms replenish them. Evaporation shrinks them. They are part of a complete hydrological cycle, one that mirrors Earth's, operating at temperatures that would instantly freeze water solid. Titan possesses oceans without warmth, climate without comfort. High above Titan's surface, chemistry never rests. Ultraviolet sunlight and charged particles break methane and nitrogen apart, initiating chains of reactions that build increasingly complex organic molecules. These compounds clump into aerosols, forming hazes that drift downward like perpetual snow. Over millions of years, Titan has accumulated thick layers of carbon-rich material. Some molecules resemble precursors to amino acids and nucleobases, the building blocks of life. Titan is not alive, but it is chemically primed. On Earth, biology transformed chemistry. It consumed resources, altered atmospheres, and erased evidence of its own beginnings. On Titan, that transformation never happened. Here, chemistry remains untouched by life, free to explore complexity without constraint. Titan preserves processes Earth lost long ago. It is not merely another world. It is a record of what happens before life takes control. On Titan, water is frozen harder than rock, but methane flows freely. This inversion forces a radical question. Could life exist without water? Theoretical models suggest it could. Membranes formed from hydrocarbons. Metabolism driven by chemical gradients. Information systems built slowly, operating at a pace almost imperceptible. Such life would not resemble us. It would not think quickly. It would not move rapidly. It would endure. Beneath Titan's frozen crust may lie a vast subsurface ocean, liquid water mixed with ammonia, kept warm by internal heat. This ocean may have existed for billions of years. Gravity and rotational data suggest it remains liquid today. Organic material from the surface could migrate downward through cracks, impacts, or cryovolcanic processes, mixing with liquid water below. Titan may host two experiments at once. One hydrocarbon-based at the surface, one water-based beneath the ice. NASA's Dragonfly mission will transform Titan from a distant subject into an explored world. A nuclear-powered rotorcraft, Dragonfly will fly through Titan's dense atmosphere, hopping between dunes, craters, and icy plains. It will sample organic sands and analyze surface chemistry directly. Dragonfly will not search for life directly. It will search for patterns, signs that chemistry is becoming organized. Titan forces a redefinition of habitability. Life may not require Earth-like conditions. It may arise slowly, quietly, in environments once dismissed as impossible. Titan suggests the universe may be filled with worlds on the brink, chemically complex, biologically silent. Earth may not be unique because it has life. It may be unique because life succeeded. What NASA found on Titan was not an answer. It found a process, a world where rivers flow without water, where seas exist without warmth, where chemistry builds complexity without guidance. Titan continues its quiet experiment beneath an orange sky, molecule by molecule, year by year, waiting, not for us to arrive, but for us to finally understand what life can be.